bus sparring.
Oh,
This is UFC champion
what's up, guys? How you guys
Anthony Pettis, and he drinks ketones. Share with everybody, well, first of all, for those that don't know who you are,
doing?
you and your brother came today. You all both are professional athletes.
I'd like to think so.
Yes, yeah. After sparring with me, you kind of
Yeah,
wanted to go. Listen,
I'll post the video on my Facebook. Make sure you guys follow me, Showtime Pettis. I'll have all the highlights up.
he said I was the greatest white athlete that never made the NBA that way. So, no, but share with everyone a little bit about your story, your background. I know you're passionate about life, you're passionate about entrepreneurship, you're passionate about leading. We talked earlier about where that was seated. Do you mind just kind of sharing them, where it was seated, and why you're so passionate about, really setting an example and leading from the front?
Yeah, I think it all led with my younger brother. I'm setting a good example for my younger brother. We lost our father at a young age, so for me it was kind of being a leader and a role model for him. And now that he's in the UFC, it doesn't stop there. I have a daughter that is looking up to me. Kids all around the world, I get these messages from kids that are from Brazil. You name it, I got this fan mail from there. It's just crazy to see the position that I was put in, that I can influence people, that I can give people kind of a way out. Because I grew up in a rough neighborhood. I grew up with not much to my name or my family's name, and now we got two of our siblings in one of the biggest sports stages in the world, and aligning ourselves up with brands like this. I think it's amazing to see that I can do it, and I think giving that back to other kids, like look what I've done, where I came from, what I went through, and look where I'm at now. So I get kind of a motivational thing, I think.
Yeah, and one of the things that I want people to understand, let me get online. One of the things that I would love for everyone to understand, and just because of my relationship with Josh and how close you and Josh have been, he speaks very highly of your whole family and what you're made of, right? I always say to people that it's not where you've been, it's where you're going. My dad always said that, and it's what you're able to contribute back to others in the world. That's where real fulfillment happens. But one of the things that I'd love for everyone to hear is, fighting as a sport, that's where you're excelling, you're leading from the front. It takes a ton of discipline, a ton of sacrifice to get to where you and Serge are at. But I also think it's, to me, one of the most unique things is how you dove in and took on the responsibility of, and I'm using being a man loosely, but taking the responsibility of being better and being the best version of yourself. And your entrepreneurship, I know that martial arts was a big influence in your life because of the discipline it taught you, and I know that you own restaurants, you are very adamant in martial arts clinics across the country, but kind of share with everyone why entrepreneurship, what does entrepreneurship mean to you?
I think it means to me is being in charge of my own destiny. You can work a 9 to 5, no matter how hard you work, no matter how much time you put in, you're in the same spot. And my mom, she was always telling me on that. You need to go to work, you need to go to school, get a job, and make sure you're doing X, Y, and Z so you can have a good life. And I saw it different at a young age. I saw my taekwondo instructor live an amazing life, and what he was doing was his passion. And I think it stemmed from that. I saw this guy that had one skill that he loved to do and made it a business. And I think as I grew and as I made more relationships and I was exposed to more people, I saw there was different ways of becoming an entrepreneur. Whether it's, I own 2 barbershops, I own gyms, I have a sports bar with Josh.
I might need a haircut.
Hey, kind of Milwaukee, I got you. So, I think, just the thrill of the chase is what is in it for me. You don't know what's on the other side of the door. It could lead to nothing. It could lead to the biggest thing ever. So, one yes can change your life. A million no's won't do anything. So I think for me, it's just the thrill of the chase. I don't know what's happening next. Barbershops were never a dream of mine, but somehow I ended up owning 2 barbershops. Gyms I'll do for the rest of my life, giving back to the kids, giving back to the youth. Something I will always do, and I can do that through what I did in the octagon. But who knows what's in store for me? I just feel like the world's my playground, and it's up to me to go out and see what I want to play with.
And so, talk to us, if you don't mind, a second, just about Pruvit. I know that you're familiar with Pruvit because of Josh.
Yeah.
You and I have had an opportunity to connect, but what's your perspective of this community and the brand that we're trying to create, and then the product?
Yeah, I'm still new to the whole brand, and I think from what I've experienced so far, it's been an amazing ride. And I hit MVP, and I got a letter from the owner of the company saying congrats on hitting MVP. And I don't know many companies that do that. And I hit up Josh. I'm like, who's this from? He's like, oh, that's the owner of the company. That's amazing. That's so cool that he reached out and something small like that.
I was afraid you were gonna quit me if I didn't.
But the story goes back to me and Josh. Me and Josh knew each other for a long time. We owned a sports bar together. And Josh was probably in the worst shape of his life. Not even talking bad about Josh at all. He wasn't in a good spot. And then just seeing his transition and his transformation from, wanting money but then to a healthy lifestyle. And then seeing this healthy lifestyle come. He's always talking about this brand. He's like, come try this product. And me as a professional athlete, I get so many products thrown at me. I'm like, I'll try. I want to get around to it. And then I just sat down, listened to it, and I started hearing the research. I heard there was actual backing behind the research, and that's what led me to, for me, it's the concussion stuff that was big for me. There's no way for me to protect my brain besides blocking, but then if I could consume something that could protect my brain on a different level, that was huge for me. So I tried it from that aspect first. I gave it to my mom. My mom fell in love with it. My brothers love it. So it's just one of the things that, if people love the product, I'm not selling anything. I'm giving a lifestyle.
This is it. Here, walk with me. So we're talking about the product right now. Do y'all have any questions for Anthony really quick? As we're walking, I want y'all to see something. Any questions? Here, we'll walk this way. Any questions for Anthony? Anything? I mean, first time I met him, I asked him how the hell he jumped off the cage and kicked the guy in a championship fight. Like, that takes some, guts, right? But that was cool.
That was amazing.
But were you Showtime before that? Or
I was. The first time I was Showtime was in Milwaukee. I was on the same card as my coach, and it's on YouTube. I was fighting the champion in our division in Wisconsin. And, the guy picks me up, slams me, and dislocates my shoulder. And somehow I stand back up with a broken shoulder and high kick the guy, knockout, and that was the first time I became Showtime. And then it all just started happening.
But part of that is just like entrepreneurship. It's like taking the risk and having the guts to do something that no one else is trying to do.
The drive. I don't quit. I can't quit. There's no other option besides winning.
That's
and
awesome.
Even when you do lose, it happens.
What are the benefits for Anthony and an MMA fighter? A friend of mine who has told me about. Okay, we're going to get to that 1 second. I'm going to interrupt. They're probably going to get mad at me. I hate to interrupt. Can I steal one of you for 2 minutes? I have a Facebook Live, and I want y'all to explain the deck. I know this is very rude, but there's a couple thousand people on there. Say, y'all know these guys. Say hi, everyone. This is a pretty cool story, though. All right, so here's what I wanted to do. I know this was kind of random. I apologize for being rude, but you guys know how I am if I feel something. So I'm going to turn the camera to you two and kind of share with everyone the exercise we went through. And, I don't think, and I wouldn't want you to get biased, but, you can drink ketones and you say, yeah, I feel something, but you never know. Unless you prove it and, you actually have real, valid science or you can see real results, to me, it's like seeing is believing sometimes, right? So I'm going to turn to you all talk about this. So
we brought Showtime in today, and, one of the biggest things that is super important for you in your career is being able to react and cognitively function at peak levels at all times. And so we actually, over here, we have a synaptic device where we can actually take people and we put them to a battery of tests. We put them to a bunch of different tests today where we are looking at reaction time and the ability to track different things while maintaining his focus here. He had to focus and kind of react to different stimuli out here. And the amazing thing is, you're already the elite of the elite. You're already the best of the best. And so
it was 99 percentile.
Right. And so we're talking 99 percentile, and we're looking for that extra 1% to take you to maximal level. So what were your thoughts when you were kind of playing around with it?
Well, it was my first time seeing something like this. I've seen it before on TV or something, but actually doing a test, it's kind of skeptical at first, but then actually focusing on the number and having the touch and knowing what my weak points are my peripheral, and knowing that it's something I can really focus on and it helps me in my career. So I think it's huge. Just being exposed that I have a weakness. I'm not gonna say where, but a weakness somewhere that I can work on. It's cool that they brought it out to me and they tell me ways to get better.
Right, and so one of the things we do is we can track in just 30 seconds time. We're looking at how many targets you were able to hit. And so the first round we had you come in and you hit 15, and then we had you take some Keto Max. 30 minutes later, kind of had you redo the same exact protocol. And what did you hit?
Doubled my score at 30. But these targets aren't these targets are little small dots. They're not touch on. It's really small dots you gotta touch. So it's definitely.
So you did one before ketones.
One before ketones, I hit 15, and then the second round I did the same exact test and I hit 30 of them. So I doubled my score in a 30-minute frame. I think I took the drink, waited 30 minutes, and doubled my score. So the results speak for itself.
So the results tell me, Brian. That could really be your brain firing, right? That's what the evidence suggests. And so, could ketones have that type of response? I know that sometimes people can say placebo's real, but from 15 to 30, what would your conclusion be as a anecdotal conclusion?
Well, Anthony, you've fought for how many years?
Professional 10 years. I trained since 5. Whole life.
Training his entire life. And so one of the things that we're super interested in right now, and it's actually amazing, is for fighters, you get hit in the head a ton. And so
I try not to.
Yeah, right. Even just sparring around and playing around, you get hit in the head. And so we're looking at different things like for brain injury. And one of the things that we see is, especially in animal studies as well, is when you take blows to the head, you actually become temporarily insulin resistant, and you can't take glucose up to the brain anymore. Over time, we don't know how that plays out over time. We see it a lot in in the NFL and professional athletes. But the inability to take glucose up and utilize it as fuel, if you can take an alternative fuel source like ketones and potentially provide that to someone who has been dealing with that, who has experienced it their entire lives, the thought is that potentially you can provide this alternative fuel that otherwise wouldn't have been there. And so that's something we're really interested in looking at and doing more research on.
And there's a lot of research that talk about the deconditioning of the cell, but then when ketones hit it, it reconditions that cell to be able to take that fuel source, right?
Right, so it's like a tunnel. So one of the things that I like to explain it is like a tunnel, and after years and years of fighting around or taking blows, that tunnel's closed, and that tunnel only takes up glucose. The amazing thing is there's multiple other tunnels that take up ketones and aren't impaired when you are taking these blows to the head. So if we can tap into those other tunnels and get fuel across to the brain, that's a great thing.
Awesome. So did you have fun?
Oh yeah, I had a great time, man. That was only one of the tests. We had a bunch of other tests that were things you don't even think of. The eye motions, the way I react to seeing something and touching something. So it was like a test that I can't do on a heavy bag or on somebody else's. Definitely.
And I don't know the answer to this. This is not staged. Again, guys, this is further than me going and interrupting them from the meeting. So you all had quite a few people come in and do this. What would you say that he ranked before ketones on the tests?
So above the 95th percentile, guaranteed. We bring in a lot of
different professional athletes.
Athletes, and we're talking NFL, MLB. This is really important for like MLB athletes. We use a lot for them to be able to hit, and you're one of the best that we've come across for sure.
And with ketones, he's like Superman.
Yeah. So definitely 99.
And we had Superman's trainer here too, by the way, today. Mr. Michael Blevins.
Trying to teach me muscle. I still can't do it. It's not body mechanics.
So, you're going to be fighting again?
Yeah, most definitely. Moving back to 155 pounds. I'm taking my time with this one. Last year I had 4 fights. I was trying to rush my way back to a title shot. And there's no easy way to success. My coach tells me all the time, let's go back, start from the beginning, and do what we did before. So, take my time, have fun doing it, and that's where I'm at right now.
So, when do you think you might fight? This year sometime?
Almost definitely. Probably May or June. I'm shooting for a return.
So would you do us a favor? Would you let all of us know when you're fighting so we can support?
Yeah, guys, make sure you guys follow me. I'm shout out again. Showtime Pettis.
So now Josh said that if we wanted to put a big, prove it every day on your ring that you're training in, you might allow us.
My gym. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I think.
Do you guys want to do that? Y'all want to support Anthony in a big way? Yes or no? Give me some love if you do. Hit 1 if you want to support him, and let's make a contest out of it. Let's just take over the stadium wherever it is. That would be cool. Just have but you'll let us know so we can support. You all check him out. Instagram is
Showtime Pettis. Everything straight across the board. Showtime Pettis. Nice and easy.
But give him some love. He's giving you guys love. Let's support him in a big way. Any final thoughts?
It's amazing, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming today.
Thank you guys, man.